What an entry, you guys did not disappoint. Congratulations, guys.
I will let everyone tell.
Now, we're going to leave the storytelling and the embarrassing parts up to everyone doing the speeches. But from us, here's a little something.
Okay, here we go. Sorry if I fuck up. It was way back when, in 2016, we all met in Queenstown, still living the dream. A room on Gorge Road and mice in the kitchen. Thank God that our housemates were totally bitching.
Our first night out and Lou spewed on the lawn. And that was the part of an epic new dawn. Through a shared bathroom that smelled like a pond, our friendship did grow and we formed a strong bond.
3 whole years later and the stars did align. It was to Canada and we thought, about time. Mountains and parties, living quite the high life. And then Lou thought, it's time for a wife.
It was off to Vegas for these two, no less. And when asked the question, of course she said yes. There's no greater pair and they're fun on the booze. We've even found out they've got matching tattoos.
Woo! You want to get them out? Okay, fair. Now we're here on the day and a few things to list. There are the toilets and the bar. You get the gist. Coaches from 12 take us back for the night. Please make sure they're full and we'll get home all right.
There'll be plenty of time to carry on tomorrow. At the pool party at Aqua, don't fill up with sorrow. Get on your buses and head back to sleep. It's that or you're walking. A cab won't be cheap.
After dinner and speeches, there'll be dancing and drinks. Fuck yeah. There's a bar for martini, one a person methinks. Don't you all agree? You look stunning. Lou's trying his best just to stop himself coming.
Now we know on the beers he can be quite a hoot, but we want to make sure Gut's a good route. Look after them both and don't be too cruel. It's a day to remember, not wipe up Lou's drool.
If we've forgotten some things, we don't mean to be rude. It's tough to fit in tales from such cool dudes. We think you're both wicked and wouldn't change a thing. And Lou, in your own words, happy is good. Let's the party begin! We love you guys so much, but we're going to pass this over to Cara to start off the speeches. After, there's a couple of speeches. We've got Cara, Renee, and then Dean and Brad. And after that, we'll have dinner, and then we will introduce the next round of speeches after that. But over to Cara. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone. For people that don't know me, my name's Cara. I'm the sister of the beautiful bride tonight. We know there's 100 thank yous coming up, so I'm just going to skip straight to the point and say I agree with everything that they're saying and move straight on to the beautiful newlyweds, Mr. and Mrs. Stubbs. Let's give them a round of applause. Woo! To my little sister, it feels like only yesterday we were sharing a room and playing Broom Broom Car. Don't know if you remember that. With you following me everywhere and me bossing you around. And what an honour it is today for me to stand by your side. As sisters, you share an unbreakable bond and you do everything together. And I mean everything. Dancing classes, modelling, little athletics, surf club, crazy critter shows, talent shows, poor mum and dad being our taxi drivers every day, every weekend. So thanks, mum and dad. It was definitely worth seeing we turned out to be professional athletes and performers. Well, maybe you'll see that where all your money went later on the dance floor. I may or may have not discussed a worm off later. I do have my shorts in my bag ready, just so you know. Fast forward to our adult years and we've become so much closer. I cherish the friendship, love and sisterhood that we have. I am truly so lucky to have you as my sister, Emma. The love you and Lewis share is something I aspire to, and I hope to find love like that someday myself. Lewis, thank you for making my sister the happiest woman alive. And I just bloody love that you don't know when to call it a night, just as much as me. And I'm looking forward to seeing Spewy Louie back it up tomorrow. But in saying all this, I just love you guys so much. So here's to Emma and Lewis, the true meaning of love, and your relationship only gets better like a fine wine. Cheers, guys.
Hi everyone, my name's Renee and I'm of course one of Emma's bridesmaids. I have the great pleasure of being able to say a few words about the newlyweds, Mr. and Mrs. Stubbs, and my best mates, Em and Lou. I'm going to start with my girl Emma, who I've known for almost 20 years now. We met at the start of high school, where every morning for those 5 years, we sat together in shoot class and got in trouble from Mr. Smoker for talking too much. He used to get so frustrated with Emma, who literally could not stop talking for more than a minute, and still can't. It was Emma's infectious energy, amazingly positive outlook, and loving nature are what drew me to her from the beginning, and she's been an important part of my life ever since. Back in high school, we all used to get up to some funny shit together. Emma is always up for a good time, and we spent countless days and nights at Sue's Benny's house, binge-watching Bali DVDs in the theatre room, chatting for hours in the spa, and drinking from Sue and Benny's vodka and Midori bottles, and then topping them up with water so that they wouldn't know. Never. There was even one night when I think we were trying shots for the first time, and we were dancing on the dining table and heard the biggest crack and panicked. But it's okay because we just kept quiet about it, and then Cara ended up getting the blame and accepting it. And Em's still always up for a good time now and is the best at bringing us all together and lifting the energy in any room. Nothing is too much trouble for Em when it comes to helping out a friend, and she's always got your back. Like the time she held my hair back while I vomited into a bucket on my 21st birthday. Definitely not the only time she's had to do that for one of us. When Emma met Lewis, I knew from the start that they were the perfect match. They both love to dance, travel and explore together, and are really loyal and dedicated friends. They both love to have a drink too. The difference is Emma knows when she's done for the night, and this guy never does. Over the last year, Em and Lou have lived with Nick and I, and it's been so awesome to get to know you, Lou, really well and build a strong bond. There was never a quiet moment in the house, and Nick came to realise how Emma really doesn't ever stop talking. He'd try to respond to her sometimes and then realise it's just Emma being Emma and talking to herself in the other room. From spending every day together, I've witnessed how amazing Em and Lou's relationship is, how much they love each other and look after each other. Emma likes to cook up a storm every night and make a right mess of the kitchen. Absolute mess. But Lewis will always clean it up because he loves the food she makes for him. When they've had a few too many drinks and start ballroom dancing in the living room and showing us their tricks, which I'm sure we're going to see later tonight on the dance floor, I hope. Through happy times and sad times, we've been there for each other and always will be. And I want to end by saying how truly blessed we are to have you both in our lives. I can't wait for what's ahead, but most importantly, I can't wait to experience all with you. Congratulations, Stubbsies. You're like family now, and we love you.
Hello everyone. I'll wait for Lou. Hello everyone. My name is Dean, but you can call me Sardine, Sardin, Sarge, Duncan son, Bobcat, or Chimpanzee. The funny thing about the nickname Sardine is actually Lewis is the one that gave it to me in a boys' trip in Bali. And when I first heard it, I absolutely hated it. Absolutely hated it. But I was a bit of an insecure, anxious person at the time. And everyone who knows me now, I still am. I'm a bit of a sensitive sausage, so... But I don't know if you've ever experienced this in your life with friends or family or whatever the case is. But Lou's never been a person to, like, make me take a step back, always forward. He's never been negative to me. He's only ever been positive. So... Lou's been one of the most influential people in my life, and I absolutely love the bloke. So, yeah, cheers to Lou. Now, it wasn't just Lou that I copped banter from. It was a whole family. So, from Kez giving me shit for bringing cartons of milk to make protein shakes before we went to the gym, or Rosie called me Mr. Chatty because I'll be stoned to the gills coming to the house, and I'll be like, oh, if I talk too much, then no one know I'm smoking weed. It's all good. Or Ollie and the Finger Story, or just Miles and Uncle Ben, Uncle Rich, just everyone giving me shit. Pretty standard. But there's one thing I've learnt from, like, observing or being around Lou's family is that everyone looks up to Lou. Like, they do, and for good reason. He's the most hard-working, genuine, kind, loving person, and yeah, he's an absolute legend. So, on to beautiful Emma. Emma's seen me at my absolute worst. She's seen me Conor McGregoring. off my face on Valium in Vietnam. I remember sleeper buses, she was like kicking and like trying to wake me up because I was snoring like a truck. And then I had a bit of an Oreo schnacksident. Like, I had black drool over these white sheets in Asia. Like, yeah, it's not good. But yeah. So Emma's seen me at my worst, but Emma's been nothing short of amazing to me, and she's embraced me, she's defended me, and yeah, she's shown nothing but love to me. So I couldn't have picked a better person for Lewis to love and support Lewis through his life than you. Shout out and kudos to Claudia for bringing North and South together, the crews together. So I love you, Claudes. But when I remember when we were in the Philippines once, when we're sitting there, we're having dinner and we're chilling, and Emma would feed all the stray dogs like while we're sitting there like having a dinner, and I was like, you know, that just goes to show like Emma's such a beautiful, kind, lovely person. And yeah, as Lou and Emma's a couple, you guys have been adventurous, you've travelled the world together, and you guys squeeze every last bit out of life, and you inspire the rest of us here to do the same. So through thick and thin, I'll always be there for you guys. Love you to bits. And shout out to Uncle Rich and Tracy for having us. Thanks so much. And yeah, that's it from me.
Wow. Testing. This kind of shit. One sec, guys. Can the groom and his best mate have a beer too, actually? Fucking hell. Nah, it's no good now, is it? They've already fucked me. No, I'll be right. No, so me and Louis have been best mates since we were 13 years old. I could tell you story after story about me and this arsehole. We have done some pretty questionable shit, beautiful shit. We've both fallen in love. We've both done some amazing things. But no, I had the speech fully planned out. I did 6 versions first, and then I narrowed it down to 1. But I always knew I'd actually stand up here and go, no, I know what I'm going to say. But when you started talking to Lou, I knew it was pretty real, pretty quick, because like we speak every day. He started cutting off my phone calls for you. And I'm like, at this point, I hadn't even met you, and my boy's flirting with another girl, and I'm like, all right, who's this bitch? I even messaged Claudia going, who the fuck's this bitch? Turns out she's alright. No, and after that, like, you know, I'd call Louis after our day of work, and we honestly would just talk about the way we stood in front of the toilet, or how much my brother annoys me, and my dad's a dickhead, or whatever. But it would always, at that point, end up talking about M again. Fuck off with this M girl, mate. Come on, man. You love me. Gay marriage is going to be legal soon. We're going to be sweet. We're going to be double income. It's going to be fantastic. But no, she was amazing, and I found myself just even listening to Lewis just falling in love with you. I'm trying to say, like, honestly, you are everything Lewis is not. You are kind, generous, you're caring, supportive. You don't drop shit me a week before the wedding, expect me to build it. Everything is, you just, and you also complete him. Like, hearing him talk about you on a daily basis is like, it gave me a guide for love and what I wanted to achieve, and I'm happy to enough to say that I've found the same thing. But you two, the love you have and you share together is like, it's true and it's beautiful. And it's one thing I actually do want to say to all of you here tonight is that if you are sitting here, you have touched these two people in such a way, and you've been beautiful enough to be invited to this event, because they are not the two best people you've ever fucking met in your life, right? Me and Lou have went through everything together, and despite all my hiccups and all my conundrums and whatnot, he's always had my back. I couldn't ask for a better mate, but you've honestly got the best partner in life, because he's not only going to take care of you, he speaks that highly and adores you. It's crazy, because it's higher than he talks about me, which is... You're the only person, and I know this because he's... Sorry, Kerry. He cuts you off when I call. He does. He ends phone call you, cares to talk to me, but he ends phone calls with me to talk to her. The fuck is that? But no, I've been blessed. I've been lucky enough to experience so many different things with all of you, and Lou's been my best mate through it all. So, hey, if you're standing, if you can stand, I would like...
You're like a celebrant, like...
I practice this. I fucking practice this. If you can stand fullies, I want everyone, if you've got a drink empty, fucking finish it, because here's to Mrs. and Mrs. Stubbs. Mr. and Mrs. Stubbs. Fuck, I messed it up again. I knew I'd fuck it up. Oh, God, mate.
This is on. Hello, how you going? I'm the Faja, as Emma always refers to me. Oh, sorry. I won't be reading from a iPhone tonight because that's reserved for Marketplace. Well, I'm telling you what, I'm having trouble. Can you give those a clean? Can you give those a clean, mate?
Here we go. I got you.
I think it's the latest problem.
I got you.
Righto, we've introduced myself. That's good. I'm Benny, as you know. Hey, the Farsha. Cool. Okay. I'd like to start on by saying thanks to everyone from coming, from my lovely wife Sue, who looked gorgeous tonight, and myself, also Miles and Kerry, on this special day, and Rich and Trace, which you've been, a lot of people have already thanked you so much for what you've done today. So you've put on a beautiful spread, mate. This is fantastic. Also, I'd just like to mention tonight that, it's Emma's grandmother and Sue's mother's 92nd birthday tomorrow. Also, like to, if we could all be upstanding for a toast for absent friends. Yep. All right, toast to absent friends. Cheers. Thank you. Emma, tonight you just blew me away, mate. Just look, unbelievable. Unbelievable. I can hear myself. You've grown up to be a beautiful woman. Unbelievable. Mum and I, Sue and I, were just so proud of what you've become. It's fantastic. You've done so much in your life. You've travelled around. You've done over the UK. You've worked as a tea lady in a law firm and things like that. I remember when we were travelling around, you, Vicky, and Susan Boyle was. Emma can explain that one a little bit later. You turned up in Greece. You were the colour of purple, mate. You were that suntan, mate. Living in mosquito-ridden hostels and things like that. And we all piled together in the old Gets, mate. And 4 of us, 4 suitcases, and off we went. It was a great holiday. Fantastic. Yeah. Look, I love you. Okay, now, Lewis Charles Wilson Stubbs.
Get him back, get him.
Mate, look, I can't read that. I just got to say, look, the night that Louis asked for Emma's hand in marriage to me, we were in New York. And the 4 of us, there was Christmas time. We were travelling, just going in and around New York. The girls had organised a go and see the Christmas lights So we were in an Irish bar, and the girls, well, they're drinking some, what were they, bulls? Fireballs. Fireballs, that's right, yeah. So, anyhow. Yeah. So the girls decided, right, they're off. So it leaves Louis and I in an Irish bar together in the middle of New York in winter. So we're going up to the bar, tabs going, you beauty, you know. So, you know, about 3 drinks in, what do you reckon, Louis? And we thought, well, how the fuck are we going to get on the subway and go home? We can't do it sober. So we decided, right, well, let's bolt back to where we'll stay, and found a hotel which we've been to before, and we're sitting there having a few drinks, and that's when he popped and said, look, mate, can I marry Emma? I think I started bawling. But we got through that. We got fairly hammered, didn't we, mate? All I remember is we walked outside, was in, like, whatever the temperature was, and we walked down the road, mate, and I said, I've lost my bloody hat. You did a run all the way back. He grabbed me hat, came back, and we walked down, and I think the last thing I remember was asleep on the toilet floor. It was good times. Sorry, back to the speech. Yeah, mate. Look, Louis, since you've been in our life, mate, the last 8 years, mate, you're a bloody treasure, mate. You're a good mate. You know, you're like a son I wish I could have had, mate. You know. But look, I'll give you one piece of advice, mate. That's all I'm going to give you, mate, is that during the course of your lovely wedded life, mate, and at some stage, Emma, as you stated, she's a great cook, and she makes you lunches on every day. She says, don't ever complain, mate. Don't ever complain, mate, because I've been making my lunches for the last 34 years, mate. So look, just on that, I'd like everyone to be upstanding again. And we'd just like to raise a glass to the newlyweds, Mr. and Mrs. Stubbs.
Hello. Well, that's a bit loud. I'd just like to thank all the the people that have done the speeches before me. They've embarrassed me a bit here and left me high and dry. So, Dean, Brad, Renee, Benny, you've all done a great job, and thanks for that. So, I'm not a free speecher like Dean either, so he's put more pressure on me as well. So, mine is off an iPhone. So, here we are. Hello, everyone. My name's Ollie, Lou's younger brother, for the lucky ones that don't know me. I'm truly privileged to be here today, to be able to say a few words to all these beautiful faces. Groomsmen, we've done it. Well done. We got there. $2 dues, 3 lots of shirts, but we got there in the end. I'd like to say Emma and your gorgeous bridesmaid, you're all looking beautiful today. Thanks for making a great team. Talk about punching, actually, Louis. Well, I got you. Emma's looking absolutely beautiful today, so another light on that one, Em. I'd also like to note as well that doing this speech today, the only wedding I've actually ever previously been to is my Uncle Richard and Auntie Tracy's. There's a bit of a surreal moment, fast forward 20 plus years later, and here I am doing a best man speech for my brother at the venue of my uncle and aunties. So, speaking to me anyway. Also, as well, speaking of that, thank you, Rich and Tracy, for your beautiful hospitality today and making it possible for all these beautiful faces around the world, making it possible. It wouldn't be imaginable without you, so thank you once again. That being said, all these people around the world, from from travel friends that Emma and Lewis has made, from interstate family and people from the UK. It is great to see people all around the globe here for one sole reason of Lou and Emma. Now, speaking of the thanks, I'd like to get into my brother Lewis. I was actually hoping that BJ and Dean would roast him, so I'd get off a bit lightly, but it sounds like all a bunch of soppy fuckers. But anyway, I'm not up here to embarrass Lewis. There's a couple of things I want to say, and it's one thing, and that's thank you. Thank you for not only being my brother, but also my true best friend. Thank you for dragging that 6-year younger brother everywhere you went and making your friends my friends. North Over boys represent. But most of all, Lou, I want to thank you for being you. Your morals, ethics, and attitude in life is consistently mind-blowing. You're never out there to prove anyone wrong, but just to prove people right, and that's what I love the most. However, saying all these things, I'm so glad you met Emma, because you were going through that weird blonde hair, nose piercing phase, and fuck knows where that was going. Enough about Lewis. I would like to speak about my beautiful sister-in-law, Emma. The first day I met Emma was at the so-called then Hippo Creek, which is now Varsity. Your beaming smile and positive energy was instantly felt and loved. Your go-get approach on life frightened me, as I knew my brother would be unstoppable. All these years later, and the countries you have lived in, and memories you've made, and all the people that are here together, you really are unstoppable. Your love and happiness in life is admirable. You really are the brightest person in every room you walk in. Thank you for not only loving Lewis, but the rest of my family. It never goes unnoticed. All that being said, we have come a long way since you saw 15-year-old Ollie in his bedroom having some alone time. Yeah, that was very awkward. But we've moved on. Emma, I can officially say we're sister brother-in-laws, and that makes me very proud, and I couldn't have a better person to welcome in our family. The world is truly yours and Lewis's. Once again, thank you all the people that have made the effort from close and far away. It's so magical to have everyone here for the sole reason Lewis and Emma. I know Benny got everyone up twice, but if everyone could please stand up.
Let's go.
If everyone could not only raise a glass to love, but happiness, laughter, and a good time ahead. Here's to the newlyweds. Thank you.
All right, can everybody hear me? I've been so nervous about this, so give me a little break if I fuck up a few times. First of all, I'd love to say, like everybody, thank you to my uncle Rich and Auntie Tracy for having us here today. We couldn't have done it without you, and I've always looked up to you, Big Rich. I love you so much, mate.
Thank you for the decking.
You're more than welcome. Secondly, thank you to all the groomsmen and all the bridesmaids here today. They've helped us out so much, and it's just been, the help we got from these guys has been incredible, and yeah, it's been fantastic. Where are we? Benny. Benny actually holds the Guinness World Record for the world's strongest handshake.
You got witnesses.
My hand still broke. Mate, since the day I met you, Benny, our friendship's been fantastic, mate. I love you, and I know you do anything for me, especially if it means like stealing tools from work. We'll catch a fish one day, mate. Suey, since the day I met you, you've always welcomed me to the family, and you've been like a mother since day one. I love you so much, and as of today, I can call you my mother-in-law, so I'm so happy about that. Thank you. Kez, you silly cunt. You have the ability to walk into any room and just make everybody smile. You're just the most amazing person. I've learned so much from you over time, and you just, everyone loves you. Everybody here loves you. Thank you for making me me. And thank you for helping us out today as well. That's beautiful. Bondo, I've learned a lot from you over time, mate. Not how to pick a winner, but I've learned a lot from you over time, mate. I love you so much. It's been the toughest year of your life, mate, and what I appreciate about you the most is the fact that you still remain so fucking positive every single day. It's admirable, mate, and I appreciate that. I love you, mate. So there's a few people here today that was supposed to be here and couldn't make it, passed away during the year. For those of you that got to meet my lovely Nana Chris, lucky for you. And also, if you didn't meet her, lucky for you. And also my nan's best friend, Jean. So that's my Auntie Tracy's mum and Tony's lovely wife. The shots that came out for everybody was my nan's favourite drink. I'm not going to tell you what it is until you finished it, but I'd like everyone to have a shot for my nan. Raise a glass for my nan and Jean, please.
Cheers. To Nan and Jean.
It was vodka with a little splash of rosé, so thank you for that. It was rosé and vodka. Yeah, so enjoy that. Yeah, if you need to be sick, we can take a second.
Thanks, it takes it.
And I suppose for you, we've travelled the world together. You've always been by my side. There's nothing we love more than a good nail, is there? Sorry, I was talking about my hammer. This is the... This is... He was crying! This is the only part of my speech I didn't plan because I knew I'd just get up here and look at you and just tell you how fucking beautiful you are. You're the love of my life. You're my best friend. Our first ever argument, Claudia was involved in this one as well. And it says a lot about Emma. We was out on a night out. It wasn't Amps, but it was at another club. Emma wouldn't stop kissing me, and it got too much, didn't it, Claude? I said, come up here and stop it, because it was too much. But that says a lot about what I love, and you're the most beautiful woman in my life. I can't wait to spend the rest of my life for you, and you're my soulmate and my best friend. If everybody could raise a glass for Emma, I'd be appreciated. Thank you.
Cheers.
Good guys.